I had a sleep study done. And my wife would always tell me, you might have sleep apnea. And I said, oh, no, I come from a long line of snorers. My grandfather snored, my mother and father. And I really had to think about it because I really had like no quality of life. I'd get up, no matter how long I slept, I felt terrible. And I went and I had the sleep study. It was the most comfortable room. It was so inviting. I remember they put Monday Night Football on for me, and I watched that. Well, I finally dozed off, and just typical waking up during, my sleep. I was like the poster boy for sleep apnea. I had so many occurrences, and they put the mask on, and I slept the rest of the night great, like a baby. I woke up and I felt so refreshed. I haven't felt that good in years, just from the night of the study. Everybody just made me feel very comfortable about going forward. I say to myself, why didn't I come sooner? The team there was just so great working with her, and she did such a great job. I was so impressed by the way she handled that. Tina's been using Dr. Setnes Hoffs, who we absolutely love. Have your trust and care with a doctor, especially one that's going to perform surgery and care for your child. And she came highly recommended, and I could see why. We just absolutely love her. While we were there, our son Gavin had gotten sick and came down with a fever. And so from New York, we called the doctor on call here at Altru to get the good advice that we thought we would. And, of course, they gave us good advice. Everything worked out fine. But I remember after that phone call, Tina and I looked at each other and we're like, oh, we're going to miss Altru. People will always say Grand Forks is a great place to raise your family, and it is. And a great part about that is the fact that we have Altru here, with the Safe Kids programs and the boot camp for dads and all the other programs that are offered. You really don't have to look elsewhere. Altru is really there to provide a service for the community. They get involved. They put together these wonderful programs. We're very happy to be here in Grand Forks, to have our doctors and our care here at Altru, and we're excited about the expansion that's going to happen. We have many friends who work for Altru. Without Altru, where would many people work? So they provide work, good livings for people, helping to create a nice, stable environment and community. Just couldn't be happy with our experiences here. Have you ever been to a New York healthcare facility? Now, don't get me wrong. New York's got some of the finest doctors and the finest healthcare there. There's no doubt about it. And I love New York. I'm a big fan. My heart's in New York. However, there is a price tag that comes along with, being out in New York and dealing with your health care. You are more like cattle moving through. In New York, you could drive for miles and miles and miles and finally get to the one place and then be referred to another place miles and miles and miles away. Appreciate the convenience of, Grand Forks, everything being 10, 15 minutes away. But when you're dealing with your health care, it's a lot more than, Walmart's 10 minutes away and Hugo's is 5 minutes away. This is your health care. That's the thing is my experience elsewhere gives me the ability to compare, And anybody who knows me knows that, especially when I first moved here, I did a lot of comparing. And for the most part, it was like, this certainly is not like New York. The one thing that I always complimented and always felt good about was Altru and the healthcare. That's one thing that if I could make New York and Long Island better, where my family is, would be to have an Altru system there.